Well, it's been a while, but I've got a project going on, and I need this 1960s reel-to-reel player. I need to listen to some tapes, transfer some tapes to the computer, and this doesn't work. So I need to open it up, find out what's going on, and hopefully try and repair it. It's from about 1963, and it's in better condition than some of the ones I've found. But I literally only need to record a few tapes, 2 or 3. So I don't want to spend a lot of money on one of these machines. And hopefully I can repair this one for quite a reasonable price. So let's find out what's wrong with it. I have tried it, like I said, but it just didn't play. I mean, the cogs spun, the reels would spin, the mechanism itself would work. There's no fast forward or rewind. I'm guessing the belts are dirty or corroded, but the play, that works. But unfortunately no sound. So I'm going to give it a go. It's quite old. It's probably been sat in somebody's attic for a long time. It's probably been unused for about 50 years at least, most probably. But I don't know, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Sometimes these things, they surprise you. What's the chances that I listen to that and it's Radio 1 from a few years ago? Who knows? Anything could be. But here we go. I've literally got no room to work in this shed anymore. I've got so many projects on, I've got so many things on the go at the same time that I just haven't got any space. So I'm going to have to do this on this old chair. Now, I've messed about with some of these, some similar things in the past. I've had some record players and repaired them, but I've never actually messed about with a tape player like this. I mean, I've seen them on 1960s films and stuff. Mission Impossible and things like that come to mind, but I've never actually played with one. I was always of the thought that a small compact cassette was easier. It looked nicer, more just more convenient, really. But these reel-to-reels, apparently, they do have a better quality sound than the usual cassettes that I'm familiar with. Now this one is a 4-track, and the 4-track means that it has 4 little tracks running on the actual tape, which is I think about an 8mm tape, and each one of those tracks contain an audio modulation of some sort. Now the normal cassette that I'm used to, the small tape cassette, that has, I believe that has 4 tracks too, but I think what we're used to seeing as 4 mono tracks is we actually see 2 tracks, one as each side of the left and right stereo on the system. So it's left and right would be classed as 1 and 2 tracks. So 2 tracks. So then we'd turn the tape over and we'd have another another set of recordings. Right, is that it? Is that all I need to do? I think so. What on earth will I find in here? Okay, right, almost instantly I can see what I'm guessing to be is the problem. Can you see this here? I don't know if you can see that at all. Get a closer look. So we've got the valves here, and this one looks a bit smoky at the top, doesn't it? And I'm not sure if that's a hairline crack in that. Is that a crack? Yeah, I think I can feel it. It is a crack. So we've got a cracked valve. Now, it's not what I'd hoped for, but I don't know how easy it is to find these things in 22. Oh God, yes, it is cracked. Look at that. I can feel it crunching in my hand. Now, this is I need a different screwdriver for that. This is an Elizabethan 400, popular 400. So it's the 4-track version. They also make a 2-track. Oh, this isn't going well. And it uses, I believe it uses a 3 watt output, 3 watt amplifier. So it's a Mullard ECC 83. A Mullard ECC 83. Now, that is probably going to be really difficult to find. And I don't know if you can zoom in on that, or if I can see it. I can't. Yeah, it's definitely gone. It's definitely gone. Right, well, I'm going to go off and see if I can find a replacement. Okay, let's see what we've got. We have got, I can't tell whether it's a Mullard, but it's an ECC 83. Doesn't look quite the same as the other one. Not quite the same, are they? So I'm going to see if it'll work. It should be a match. I mean, it's seems to be right, but I don't want to mess this up, because do you know how hard this was to find? It was unbelievably hard to find. And I've been trying to chase one of these down all week. I have a feeling that this little metal prong here, that probably, because I was really tight on the other one. Now that feels tight, but this one was incredibly tight. So I have a feeling that this metal prong here is probably the culprit that broke this. You see, when you bang these around, when you put them down on the floor, you know, this wouldn't be allowed to move freely. Now, if it did get banged, at least without this metal thing, it can move freely, and it might even come out a little bit. But I think it's much better to push one of these back in than it is to pick out the broken glass from the broken one. So I think I'm going to leave out this. I'm going to leave out this metal clip, because it really was pulling quite tightly on that. And I don't think I should leave it just lying around in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, I don't know, maybe I should sellotape it in here somewhere. But of course, if that comes loose, then it's not going to be good. Maybe I'll put it on the outside or something. But I'm going to try without that. And then see what it's like now. See how it goes. Which way did it go round? I remember the play had been that way. Oh, heck. Ooh, yes, that fits. Yeah, that Mullard valve, it was, I looked on eBay. Oh shit, look at that. I looked on eBay, and of course, I found that they were from about £50 to £100. That's a bit of a shock, isn't it? So it's really expensive. They are hard to find, and the reason they're so sought after is because guitarists use them in amplifiers. So they have a very nice tone, warm sounding, classic sort of sound apparently. Now I don't care what it sounds like, I just need to extract some information from a tape. So I couldn't care whether it was a Mullard or an alternative or a cheaper one, and there were cheaper ones. There were smaller ones, not smaller ones, cheaper ones that looked a little bit smaller than these. They were about 20 something pounds. Now I can't tell if they were modern Chinese ones or something like that, but they could well be modern reproductions. I don't know. I don't care. It's just another pain to have to repair another thing. But my God, I was shocked, to surprise, and absolutely dumbfounded to find that they were so expensive. So I definitely don't want that one to break, and that's why I'm not going to put that metal thing back on that one, because yeah, expensive. So what came next? It was the plate. Where did I put the plate? Here it is. And then where's the plastic thing gone? There. Okay. So it was something like that, wasn't it? And then one of these. That doesn't sit right. Why is that not sitting right? Oh, it's funny, isn't it? You know, you don't think of these things as being useful in any way, and then all of a sudden you find that you need to use one. I mean, this one might probably work now. I hope there's nothing else wrong with it, because the project I'm working on, I need to get started. I need to get doing it straight away. I wonder if anyone else actually uses these things for some reason, some good reason. I mean, the sound quality is supposed to be better on these things, but the hum on these alt valve amplifiers, I can't imagine it being great quality, to be honest. I mean, they do hum. I've had some guitar amplifiers and things in the past, and these valves, I don't know if it's just the ones I happen to have, but the valves seem to make a bit of a noise. Why won't that go in? What the hell's going on? I can feel it. I can feel it now. Right. Okay, so that feels okay. Put the old doobries back on. And hopefully I'll have some tunes. Right, I'm going to go off and get some electric in this place. Right, I'm back. I've got my extension lead. Because it's awkward sometimes getting these things going. I mean, I've got power in the shed, but it's all solar powered, and I haven't got any plugs right here. So just gonna make do. Okay, let's see if this thing works. So how was it? Was it like that? Like that. Hold on, what's going on here? Never goes the way you want it when you want to do it, does it? Right. That looks right to me. Okay. Kind of. It was like that, wasn't it? Is that right? Okay. Was it the other way around? I suppose we'll find out. Well, it did this before. And that came on there before. Don't know what that is, but let's see if...
Good morning, Mr. Phelps. Before he died last year, Premier Kirkoska gave his daughter Anna a secret document containing the names of men within his government who privately favored friendly relations with the West. Word has reached us through diplomatic channels that Anna and her brother Alexei wish to defect. We know this is a plot devised by Alexei to acquire the document, and at the same time capture American intelligence agents, thereby embarrassing the West. In spite of this trap, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to get the document and bring Anna Kirkoska to safety. As always, should you or any member of your IM force be caught or killed, the Secretary will disavow any knowledge of your actions. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
No way! That's crazy. And it's a valve.